What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. To those of y'all who are returning subscribers, but if this is your first time joining me on today, well, hello. Hello there. Here we use information from celestial bodies to help us gain a better understanding of our favorite celebrities, world events, but most importantly, our damn selves. So thumbs up this video, subscribe to become a part of the Astro fam, and yeah, stick around. Stick around. Come on in, have a seat. Now, today I am coming to y'all with another celebrity natal chart reading, this time on Mr. Jamie Foxx. That's Mr. I'ma make it do what it do tonight himself, okay? I love that man as a singer, side note. I mean, he's really phenomenal, very multi-talented in literally almost everything. I mean, he's a great actor, comedian, but when it comes to those vocals, I don't feel like the collective appreciates Jamie Foxx, the singer. Like, not enough for my liking, okay? But I digress. So, according to the news, Jamie Foxx has been hospitalized. Now, I'm going to read this excerpt from CNN, and then from there, we'll get into his natal chart and point out exactly what placements and aspects contribute to the current health crisis that he's now facing, and giving my personal prediction of the outcome. Now, I would like to preface this video by saying, take it with a grain of salt. Take everything I am saying with a grain of salt. This is all for entertainment purposes only. And, you know, if you don't like this, if this ain't your cup of tea, this is not your vibe, you don't like astrology, you feel like there's absolutely nothing valuable to be gained from the practice, just don't watch. This is your moment. This is your opportunity to literally turn your ass around and go find you something else to do on today. So, yeah. So, according to CNN, Jamie Foxx remains hospitalized in Georgia nearly a week after his daughter revealed the actor experienced a medical complication. A source with knowledge of the matter told CNN on Monday. His daughter, Corinne Foxx, shared on Instagram last week that her father had experienced a health-related incident last Tuesday, though she did not specify what occurred. She added in her post that due to quick action and great care, her father is on his way to recovery. And it's also important to note that a lot of people are speculating in regards to the exact illness or the nature of whatever this medical complication was. Some people are saying that it was a seizure. Other people were saying it was like something else. But let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Fox's chart. Jamie Foxx was born on December 13th, 1967 in Terrell, Texas. And right off bat, the number 13 deals with fated change. It could deal with things that catch us off guard, or even accidents in some respects, or once again, change that is so abrupt that no one could have anticipated it. And so in such fashion, a lot of people who have that 13 energy, whether you are a 13 birth number, if you have 13 attached to certain planets or placements within your natal chart, they can experience a lot of these themes, right? These are themes that are going to be very much prominent and reoccurring for them, which is also very fitting in terms of Jamie Foxx, because this shit was random as hell. I woke up on a good morning and it was just like, oh, Jamie Foxx in the hospital. Very random. That is so consistent with the number 13. And when you consider the fact that the number 13 is also associated with death, which is why it derives that kind of unlucky association. There's a lot of taboo surrounding the number 13 in folklore, you know, in a lot of different cultures, right? Hence, like Friday the 13th or whatever the case may be. it also sets the stage for where you can start looking at the similarities and how the number 13 can be very fitting, even in Jamie's case. Him having sudden near-death experiences or potentially an unexpected death. I'm not saying that that's happening, like that will happen as a result of this particular health crisis. But if we're just being honest about the way this energy can be expressed, that's just what it is, okay? Now, he does have quite a few indicators that could point towards him developing life-altering, life-threatening health complications. One of those can be seen by observing his nodes. Now, in astrology, the lunar nodes are important in regards to tracking our evolution, right? They paint this picture in regards to where we come from, what we naturally tend to cling to, our unhealthy attachments, hence represented by the South Node, as well as what we need more of in this lifetime, what we should be striving for, and hopefully all things constant, where we tend to end up as we mature, as we age, as we become more experienced and disciplined. And that's cool and that's fine. However, what a lot of people don't realize is that your nodes could also play out in a way where there are going to be maybe health complications or health issues. Your nodes can manifest as health issues or crises, right? Issues that can impact your physical well-being. And so when you consider the fact that Aries does rule the brain, having Aries on the North Node could potentially set a person up to have problems or afflictions, even experiencing injury to the head, trauma to the head, the brain, and that sort of thing. Now, will this necessarily be true for every single Aries North Node out there? No. Will this be true for every single Aries placement? Oh, I have such and such I'm an Aries sun. I'm an Aries moon. Am I going to have a blah, blah, blah? Not necessarily. But in Jamie's case, this is absolutely, like, I can definitely see where this kind of plays out, right? This could potentially be some sort of issue with the brain. And that could include aneurysms. Aries on the North Node could produce things like strokes, and once again, other conditions that are going to be impacted like by the brain. This is further reinforced with Jamie Foxx's Mars being at the 9th degree. The number 9 is also ruled by Mars and can also deal with the brain too. He has his Mars at the 9th degree of Aquarius. Mars in Aquarius is one of those placements that could lead to certain irregularities within the brain, where there could be some electrical short circuit, misfiring going on, especially depending on how it's aspected. Seizures, going into epileptic shock or whatever it's called, could also be very indicative of Mars in Aquarius. Mars also rules Aries. Follow me, stay with me. So together in Jamie Foxx's chart, it's definitely plausible that he has suffered a stroke of some kind. Like I said, maybe an aneurysm of some kind, something that resulted in this kind of karmic culmination of having Aries on the North Node. He also has his Saturn at the 5th degree of Aries. Saturn in Aries is also another placement that can reinforce brain disorders, injury, affliction. So once more, this could manifest in a whole host of different issues or medical conditions that could stem from issues with the brain, the head. All right, Aries even rules the head. And depending on the person and the chart, in some cases, this could be the result of just a medical issue, right? Like a hard to detect medical issue, or it could be the result of an injury. Aries also deals with fighting. So in some charts, depending on the person, this could play out in, let's say someone gets into a fight. They get their head beat in. Now you got problems with the brain. Now you got a concussion, right? And if they have other aspects to, support that potential outcome, there you go. All it takes is the perfect transit to set it in motion. Which, might I add, transit-wise, transit and sun was conjoined to Jamie's North Node, which makes a lot of sense. That Sun in Aries, transit and Sun in Aries, really kicking off a lot of his North Node karmic debt. You could always look at the sun when we talk about transit-wise as being something that could illuminate whatever it touches. It's going to bring a lot of attention to it, and it can play out in a very public way. But the good news is Jamie also has his Neptune in Scorpio forming a sextile to his Chiron in Pisces. And that could deal with like a medical miracle, like a medical breakthrough, or having really good reaction to certain medication, a successful surgery. Same thing could even be said for his Neptune sextile in that Pluto in Virgo, where he could have really good staff. I think that was like the really helpful staff that his daughter was referencing in the CNN article, where he got some of the best surgeons on his team, like that could actually even deal with him, like changing up his life, his diet, his lifestyle. I don't know how healthy he was or pro-health he was before this particular situation, but I could see a certain reality where if he survives this and comes out of it, he is a lot more cognitive of his, his health. And so now he's going to, lean more towards like holistic living or doing certain things to, take care of himself, switching up his diet, all that. Also, Jamie has one of the more prominent aspects when we talk about somebody who could encounter a life-threatening situation or someone who can be sent up out of here, even like prematurely, and that's his sun squaring his Pluto, that Pluto in Virgo. Once again, if you are somebody with sun square Pluto, do not freak out, okay? Because as you might have caught on by now, certain aspects and placements could manifest in several ways, in a variety of different ways. And there also has to be supportive aspects that could set a situation off. So one isolated aspect doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to play out in one specific way. Okay? So chill, relax, calm your tits. But in his case, though, once again, with that Pluto and Virgo, that could deal with a life-threatening health issue or something that can take him up out of here. And usually, especially when we talk about him being a Sagittarius sun, this square could be symbolic of this coming from this health issue, even being agitated by like a lifetime of excessive behavior. Sagittarius, especially at its worst, can be very indulgent, whether it be with food, whether it be with alcohol, living a lifestyle that's not conducive to what's going to be healthy for you in the long run. So this could also deal with, once again, him having a life-threatening health complication that may or may not come from that. So, once again, this is theoretic. It's theoretic on my part or speculative on my part, but it's right there. That's a health issue. Then his Pluto is forming a quincunx to that North Node. Quincunxes could also deal with health issues, but even life-threatening health issues. In some cases, that quincunx could be like a death quincunx. So this is a very serious matter. Whatever it is he's going through, I don't know how how the majority of the media is trying to portray it to be. But this is like a huge incident for him. And like I said, I don't wish death on nobody. But if it ever turned to be the worst case scenario, that would not surprise me. But at best, fingers crossed, this is just like a close call kind of thing, and he recovers, and it could definitely be life changing for him. He also has that Chiron squaring his sun too. Chiron and Pisces in general could bring about like chronic health problems, or could result in needing to like be in the hospital for a while. Like I said, also reinforced with the opposition to Uranus and Pluto. So where he may be hospitalized for like a hot minute. Additionally, transit-wise, I saw some other things that coincided with, the issues that he's facing. I see exactly what popped it off. Once again, it was that transit of Sun forming a conjunction to his North Node, but also transiting South Node, which is in Scorpio still, was forming a quincunx to his Saturn in Aries. That's another aspect that could be indicative of, once again, crippling. This is like a crippling, sticky health crises, once again involving the brain, or where he may need, surgery or whatever the case may be in response to something that's happening with the brain. Transit in Neptune was also forming a conjunction to his Chiron. That's another hospitalization aspect. Okay, so he had a lot of things going. Transit and Sun in Aries was also, did I mention it was forming a quincunx to his Neptune? So Sun and quincunx to Neptune and Scorpio, that's also an aspect that can get somebody sent to the hospital. So this ain't no joke. It's not a joke. I hope he recovers. Wishing him nothing but the best. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the reading on that note. Y'all let me know what y'all think about his chart, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye.